Ojavo Shalom Aleinu, Ojavo Shalom Aleinu, Ojavo Shalom Aleinu, Be'akulam. Ojavo Shalom Aleinu, Ojavo Shalom Aleinu, Ojavo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'akulam. Salam Aleinu ve'akol ha'olam. Salam, salam, salam Aleinu ve'akol ha'olam. Salam, salam.
I think our community in Britain is on the verge of collapse. Unless you've got young people who want to be engaged and have a Jewish identity, then the Jewish community has no future.
And I think for me this has been a really formative trip.
They felt so alone. They felt so isolated in the work they were doing on their campuses. For them to meet lots of other young people here in the US and to know actually there are so many young people who really live and breathe the values of progressive Judaism. They went to egalitarian services here. They went to startup, innovative organizations that are really doing social action within a progressive Jewish environment.
My job as executive director is to run the entire organization.
I'm Paula Winnig. I'm the executive director of Footsteps.
I'm an Orthodox rabbi.
I'm a third-year rabbinical student.
They were inspired to take that back to the UK.
We're leaving with a real feeling generally of optimism and of activism, wanting to do something, and feeling like we can support each other and wanting to do that. So that's pretty great.
Guys, if we are all ready, I have one thing to say, and that is, people, put your bags on your shoulders, because we're on the move! Let's go!
Spell Yisrael is where you and a whole group of people hike from one end of Israel to the other. You see everything, and it's amazing. Apparently there's a bet going that I was going to give up after 2 weeks, but I'm still here, so yeah, week 3. But I learned that I have determination and that I can do pretty much whatever I want to do.
There are so many different things happening here. I've been to Hebron, I've met Jewish settlers and Arabic Muslims. I've had dinner with Hasidim. I've had chats with religious Christians, and I've been pushed to do things myself and take initiative to do things myself. And I'm going to take that back to England. I'm going to actively work and try and make the world a better place.
One of the core reasons why we spend so much of our time and energy making sure that Shnat can happen is because Israel is so central to our Jewish identity. We cannot conceive of having educated, progressive Jews who haven't had some sort of deep engagement with Israel.
So I think one of the moments that epitomised my Shnat was Yom Kippur. Huge crossroads that normally packed with cars was completely empty, and there were started with about 15 of us. We just sat in the middle of the road, this normally absolutely packed road. We sat in the middle and started singing Jewish songs, singing songs we learnt from RSY, and eventually just people kept on joining, and in the end there were about over 30 of us. I really felt it was such a kind of spiritual moment. It was really meaningful.
We can go to an Orthodox minyan or a renewal minyan or a liberal minyan or a completely hippie spiritual service. We can do anything and we could grow from it, and I don't think any other program really offers that within a supportive religious framework.
We want to show you Israel, with all its warts,
with all its problems, have you really get out there, volunteer, engage, walk the country so you love it, and you love it despite all of the problems that it has.
What we know is those that go through Netzer and go through Schnat, amongst them are the future leaders of the Reform progressive community and the future rabbis.
Neshama with Adonai Elohechem Emet. Tefillah Workshop Guidelines, page 4. I'm doing my first year of rabbinic training. I'm a Leah College student, and next year I'll return to Finchley for 4 more years of study. So in my first year I'm here making sure that my Hebrew is strong so that I can access the texts of our tradition. I worked my way through RSY. It was really my Jewish community growing up. I spent a year in Israel when I was 18 before I went to university. A lot of the experiences were so meaningful that it seems like a great privilege to, for the rest of my life, be involved in creating and being part of those experiences. Israel still offers amazing possibilities for what it means to be a modern Jew. You sometimes feel like you're in a minority being Jewish and modern in England, but being in Israel reminds me that we have allies, that we're part of a Jewish people that is living today, conscious of its Jewish identity, and trying to use our traditions to live meaningfully. I think it is unique in the Reform movement that young people's voices are heard and that they become part of the conversation, and that seems a very powerful and almost unique thing in my life that you have within the Reform movement, the youth showing a lead.
The aim for Jewish education in Akiva is openness, egalitarianism, pluralist values, creativeness in our Jewish education.
Is keeping healthy a Jewish idea?
Today is the Year 6 Bet Midrash Day. It's an opportunity for progressive schools to mix together the Year 6 children and have an informal Jewish education day. You're creating a web page. Now, as you know, a web page can have a movie, it can have a radio, it can have bits of text. So all of those things you can put on your web page. Our children are used to very secure, progressive environments, and we are aware also that they're going to secondary schools where they may have to be firmer in their own identity compared to people with other identities in the Jewish community, and giving them positive experiences to take with them.
Hopefully, we'll look back on 10 years' time and say that we actually set the seeds for what generation will become.
We have like the world at our feet.
I don't feel like I'm wanting to do something that's so revolutionary that it's impossible. Like, evidently it is possible. It's happened here.
Shalom.